am back, and I'm going to show you an easy way that I can up bean and ham soup. Very easy. You don't even have to pre-cook it. I don't even pre-cook my beans, and I'm using Great Northern beans here. I just rinse them. So, it's real simple. My jars are all clean. My jars are not hot, see, but they are clean. My lids are all ready. I got them soaking in hot water. My rings are, everything else is clean and ready to go. And this big pan over here, which you really can't see too well. Let me see if I can move this up here. That's steaming, you can see it. That's my big ham bone and my chunks of ham, and I'm going to use that for my broth. So it's real simple. And the first thing I do is I put about 3/4 of a cup of beans in each one of my jars. I wouldn't do too much more than that because they're going to swell up quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to do these 3 jars. All right, now, this is real simple. This, I use a lot of my dried stuff in here too. That's what I save it for. I've got onions, and I'm just going to put a little layer of onions in there. Now remember, you don't need a whole lot because these are dried and they'll expand as well. So there's my onions, and I'm also going to put a little bit of celery in each one. Not a whole lot because remember, they'll expand. And I've got a few carrots, which I don't put too many in because my husband hates them. So these are basically for color. There's some carrots. Now you can use fresh veggies. By any means, you can use fresh veggies in all these. But I'm using my dried stuff. And then I've got a little bit of my onion tops. And I'm going to put just a little bit in each. Just a little bit. Because they'll expand. Alright, that's how simple this is. Now, the rest, and it doesn't look like there's much in there. And really, there isn't. But all of this is going to swell up to a beautiful size. And it'll fill the jar. And I need another cloth under here. I usually do this in my sink, but I needed a lot of room to show you all this. Okay? So first thing first, I need to move the camera up so you can see. I'm going to start filling this with this wonderful broth. And I'm just going to fill this jar completely full. Right there. I'm going to give it about a good 1-inch headspace. And that's it. And it looks like you have nothing in that jar. But when those beans swell up and those vegetables swell up, you're going to have an entire jar full of soup. Beans and veggies and ham. There's that one. And those look really nice. These are really nice looking. Okay. Alright, so I got that part done. I got a few more to go. But this is what I'm going to show you. There's no debubbling, really. This is mostly liquid. I wouldn't even worry about debubbling it. You can if you want, but I don't. I'm going to dip my little cloth in vinegar because I am using ham broth in here. You know, broth from a big ham bone. And so it's greasy. And this vinegar will take that all off your rim. You want to make sure it's all clean, inside and out. Right along that rim, right on that edge. And this will take any debris or grease or anything off there, and it'll give your lids the ability to seal. Okay, now I've got smallmouth here. These are a little warm. Okay, I'm just going to put these on. That is hot. Woo! Finger tight. That's it. That's simple. And look, that's a very hot, screaming hot jar. But when that, oh, you'll see it after I get out of the canner. It will expand. You'll have a beautiful jar of soup. And that's all it is. Very, very simple. Lost my little lids. Okay. Just finger tight. Oh boy, is that booger hot. Okay. Alright, so I've got these on here. Okay, those three I showed you how I do that. That's simple. And look, that's going to make a real nice jar of soup. So let me go. I'm going to get all the rest of them done. And then I'll be back when I get ready to put them in the canner. Hey friends, my canner first of all is already screaming hot because I forgot my vinegar. Because I already canned up some chicken broth I had canned up. Now I'm going to put a little splash of vinegar in here because it keeps your jars nice and clean. Keeps them from clouding up. Anyway, I've got all of them in there and I got 7 quarts of beautiful, let's see if you can see. See, 7 quarts of very nice ham and bean soup. So these are going to go for, because there's chunks of meat in it, doesn't matter. I'm on the safe side. These are quarts, so I can them for 90 minutes. If you read something else and you decide you have a, because you're using the broth instead of meat, but I've got chunks of meat in here, so I have to can mine for 90 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. So with that, we are going to put our lid on. Be very careful. This is hot, hot, hot. All right, that lid's going to sit there. And I'm going to let it vent so it does, it might not vent for 10 minutes because it's already screaming hot on the inside. But I'm going to let it vent for maybe 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, just to make sure everything's good and hot in there before I put my jiggler on. And when I get to that point, I will be back and show you. This has been spewing for about 5 minutes now. So, you can't see it, but you can probably hear it. Move my camera a little bit. You can see it. It's pretty hot. Anyway, I'm going to put it on at 10 pounds of pressure. And I'm going to time it. Not right now. I got to time it when it gets to, when it starts jiggling. So, oh, forgive me, I just ran up from my basement. Anyway, that's ready. It's going, and as soon as it starts jiggling, we're going to time it for 90 minutes, and when it is done, I'll bring you back. Friends, I am back, and this is done, and it's hot. The pressure just finally released. Open it away from you. Ooh, that's hot. That caught my finger yet. Ooh. Oh, you hear that? Oh, they're cooking in there. Now take a look at that. And you can see it is literally still boiling because I just took them out. Here's the one giving me all the fits. Making all the noise. Look at that. It's a full can of soup, or a full jar of soup. Absolutely beautiful they are. See those? They're gorgeous. And it smells good too. See that? I'm hoping you can see it real good. See real good how beautiful that is. And I got exactly 7 jars. So, look at that. See those beans? They just about filled the jar. I told you. Don't put no more than about 3/4 of a cup in a quart jar, because otherwise you'll just have too much. They'll bust your lids right off, and all your work will go right down the drain. So, there you have it, friends. These are absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'll roll this down here. I got them all sitting right there. And I'm going to let them cool till tomorrow, and then I'll take the rings off and I'll wash them and I'll put them in my pantry and label them, of course. But there you have it, and that will be a wonderful quick meal. Just take a jar and open it up and heat it up, and there you go. You got a good meal there, and I got 7 of them. So there you have it, friends. I hope you try it. It's very simple, and it's a nice way to stock your pantry, even on a budget. So thanks for watching. See you next time.